Hello, I'm Mark Hammett, minister of the Weber Road Church of Christ in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'd like to welcome you to our daily devotional and Bible reading, and we'll be reading from Hebrews chapter 11 in just a moment. You have faith. You do. I guarantee it. When you got up this morning and turned on the light, you exercised faith that that light would come on. When you got in your car, you exercised faith. Faith that that car would deliver you to wherever you were going. When you buy pills from the pharmacist, you exercise faith that they will work. When you board a train or a bus, you have faith that they will get you to your destination. When you post a letter or an email, you have faith that it'll get to the right destination and to the right person. You see, all those things take faith, so there's nothing unique about faith. It's a universal currency, you could say. Now, it's also true that there is such thing as spiritual faith that everyone has. Seriously, as they say, everyone is someone's fool, and the question is, whose fool are you? The humanist has faith in himself. The New Ager, you might call them, in the general benevolence of the universe and the power of inane objects, such as crystals. The Muslim has faith in the Quran or Muhammad as a prophet. The religious person oftentimes has faith in their own works to save them. You see, everyone exercises faith in some form or fashion. There's nothing unique about it, and you have bucket loads of faith. But what you have to realize, is that some things are more worth putting your faith into than others. It's not your faith that counts, but it's the object of your faith. There's an old story about three people on an airplane. They were in awful weather. One was terrified. One was hysterical and sobbing. And one was biting his nails and clutching a seat handle. And then one was calmly asleep. All three made it because of the object of their faith, whether it was the plane or the pilot. You see, they were trustworthy. Well, Jesus is the author and perfecter of our faith. He is the object of our faith, as the Hebrew writer tells us, of course, in Hebrews chapter 11. I hope you'll turn there. Hebrews chapter 11. We'll be reading from verse 1 out of the English Standard Version. It tells us there, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. For by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of the things that are visible. By faith Abel offered to God a more acceptable sacrifice than Cain, and through which he was commended as righteous, God commending him by accepting his gifts. And through his faith, though he died, he still speaks. By faith Enoch was taken up so that he should not see death, and he was not found, because God had taken him. Now, before he was taken, he was commended as having pleased God. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that he exists, and that he rewards those who seek him. By faith, Noah, being warned by God concerning the events yet unseen, in reverent fear constructed an ark for the saving of his household. And by this he condemned the world and became an heir of the righteousness that comes by faith. By faith Abraham obeyed when he was called to go to a far place that he was to receive as an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith he went to live in a land of promise, as in a foreign land, living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heirs with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city that has foundations, whose designer and builder is God. By faith Sarah herself received power to conceive, even when she was past the age, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born descendants, as many as the stars of heaven, and as many as the innumerable grains of sand by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city. What a beautiful passage about faith. And of course, we need to remember that as children of God, as Christians, those who call ourselves followers of Christ, disciples of Christ, that our faith, of course, is in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, who came to this earth and died for us, and that he rose victoriously out of that grave. Let's live our life every day as children of the living God, faithful Christians, as we go about whatever we do in our life. I hope this reading has blessed you. I hope you continue to study. And remember to go to God in prayer. And may the Lord bless you richly as you seek to do his will.